Sorry for the delay. This is Awkward Occurrence for Awkward Entertainment. So, as you can tell by the title, we're going to do a quick rant about essential workers. And essential workers are like, my shit don't stink. Or, I'm the best. Or, let's read these memes. Let's start at the top. And just like that, I became an essential employee. Let's go to Murray. You are being called an essential employee. Your paycheck determined. That is a lie. Let's go to the right here. Dr. Eva. Okay, essential worker. Because sacrificial sounded too dark. So, not sacrificial worker, essential worker. Which are not sacrificial workers. You can't name one person at a store or anywhere that's caught this virus that's an essential worker. Let's go to the bottom. I'm not saying I'm a big deal, but the government classifies me as an essential worker. This is one of my favorite ones. So I'm not saying I'm a big deal, but the government classifies me as an essential worker. That's Ron Drummond. And here goes from the Fifth Element. So when a cop stops you, but you're an essential employee, multi-pass, you gotta have multi-pass. So that's when they stop you during the lockdown, but you're an essential worker. You show your multi-pass. Say, I'm an essential worker. I'm the shit. The reason I'm getting on this, on essential workers, on some of them, is the comments they leave is just, it shakes my head. Like, you don't have to work that job. And ever since the government mentioned giving hazardous pay to essential workers, these people act like they're freaking doctors. Like, when they're not doctors, like, you work in a grocery store, you work in fast food, or what other areas of essential work is there besides the real essential workers? The real ones are nurses and doctors. And even the nurses and doctors aren't getting sick, and they're working around. So supposedly, allegedly, nurses and doctors are working close to people who have the coronavirus, allegedly. Only on TV you see it, though. Never in a real hospital that you walk into. Only on TV will you see nurses, doctors on camera saying a line. So let's get to the next one. I like that one. So this is an example. So when you visit all the tax pages on YouTube to figure out what's going on with taxes, you read the comments. Like, you're gonna see. I'll skip 30 seconds, y'all. It skipped 30 seconds. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Anyway, it states I'm an essential worker, which means my life hasn't changed much since this all started. However, I don't always feel safe, so don't go to that job, or healthy going to work. Yeah, how you not feel healthy going to work unless you got something, or you had too much booze the night before and you're hungover? I transport train crews, don't even matter what you do. I transport train crews to and from trains. That's essential, right? May not sound like much, but they move so much around you have no idea. My crews are from 2 states away, which makes it even worse. It's not just my state's numbers, but theirs and the one in between us. Who knows what they could have come in contact with? Worse, some seem to think that this is all BS and all stupid. Yeah, it is BS and all stupid. Do we get any kind of bonus at the job? She's referring to that hazardous pay idea that was floating around. The hazardous pay idea is no longer floating around, thank gosh. It's not up. It's not in the next stimulus package. Like they haven't proposed it in the next stimulus package that I've seen. Do we get any kind of bonus at all? Nope. Just a lovely message saying keep it up. Tell us if you get tested. Have to isolate. Remember to follow properly procedures. Thanks, lady. I wish I had the other comments I seen, like, lady, no, no, no. I don't care if it was a grocery store clerk. The only reason I consider nurses and doctors essential is because they allegedly work in the hospital with these patients. And on TV, when you see these patients who have this virus, they're all covered up in a ventilator. They have their heads covered, so if they sneeze, they don't sneeze on nobody. So the nurses and doctors aren't even essential workers because they're not even at risk at all. They're not. Like, look at the videos of these so-called hospitals on TV. These people in plain clothes are laying on a bed with sneakers on. And I don't know if that's called the ventilator, but they had their head covered with plastic. So when somebody sneezes, the sneeze doesn't leave the plastic or that bubble around their head. In plain clothes, if you go back a couple of weeks to the videos of civilians at the hospital sick from COVID or COVID, you're going to notice people in plain clothes and sneakers. No way in heck are you supposed to be in plain clothes and sneakers. Like, no, that's ridiculous. That was ridiculous. But I like how people who call themselves essential workers think they are uppity because they get this new title. Right here. Not saying I'm a big deal, but the government just classified me as essential. Right. Essential worker because we couldn't use sacrificial worker. That was funny. And I might edit this video down because it's ridiculous. Let me think of some other stuff essential workers have said. But it's all the same, basically. They try to talk about, get sympathy because they got to go to work. And somehow are exposed to some virus that's only on TV. Like all these essential workers, and none of them are sick. If you hear any of them are sick, it's only on TV, and you will never see them, and you have never seen them at that place of work. Never ever have you seen these people at that place of work. I'm telling you. So let's say the news says 2 people got coronavirus that work at Winn-Dixie grocery store. They're going to tell you the name of these 2 people. They might show you their face, and they're going to tell you which Winn-Dixie they worked at. But guess what? That Winn-Dixie has never, ever employed those people before. You get what I'm saying? Wink, 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 wink. Never seen these people around before. Wink, wink. If you ever noticed that in some news stories, that they've never seen these people before. Wink, wink. That's my rant. That's my rant on essential workers. Like, you guys, like, get real, get real. I know your guys getting that $1,200 too, but get real. Like, don't be uppity now. Like, I'm trying to act like a superstar or something. Like, you want us to roll out the red carpet for you? Like, want us to pop bottles for you? It's not that serious. No. If anything, people who go to war and fight these dumbass wars overseas, these dumbass meaningless wars, and they're more essential. Even though, wink, wink, there's stuff behind going to war. Wink, wink. So, they're only essential because it's dangerous, not because they're allegedly fighting for freedom. Allegedly fighting for freedom. Wink, wink. That's about it for these people. But will essential workers get hazardous pay? So far, hazardous pay for essential workers is not on the books. I haven't heard any more talk about it. All the talk is about this 2000 stimulus and about the free rent and mortgage stimulus. That's all the talk right now. Then the small business loans get extra funding for all these type of stimulus loans for businesses. That's about it. If anything, if you get sick, you should get your health. You should get your medical stay covered by the government. So if you're an essential worker, quotes, air quotes, essential worker, the government should cover your medical bills if you actually do get the coronavirus, if you actually show symptoms. None of that bull crap of, hey, you have symptoms that's laying dormant and you had the virus. None of that bull crap. That's crap. You can have HIV and it lay dormant and you not have symptoms. It doesn't work like that. The human papillomavirus, viruses make you sick, period. Period. It doesn't lay dormant and it never affects you. Or it affects you. That don't make sense. Wish people would use critical thinking and more logic when they watch TV. For real. It'd be nice to use your logic and critical thinking and say, hey, that doesn't make sense. Maybe I should think about it more. Right? Personal enrichment. Let's call it personal enrichment. That's why you would think about it. Don't have any more skits. Forrest Gump. And just like that, I became an essential employee. And just like that, they did become an essential employee. I woke up one day, saw the news with the name Essential, and they thought they were the shit. And no, they are not the shit. It's the same old, y'all. Same old shit. Alright, let me get my thumbnail ready. Essential work on my ass. Now, wouldn't prostitutes be essential workers? They get reach around the guys. Wouldn't that be essential? What else would be essential? I said prostitutes, strippers would be essential, right? What else? Cab drivers are essential. What else? A lot of essential jobs are closed. A lot of restaurants are closed, forced to close, or told to close. What else? Even though some restaurants can do takeout, I've seen some restaurants close that can do takeout. Don't know why they just don't do takeout. Instead of applying for loans, you could have stayed open and did takeout. Or maybe they're not applying for loans and they have enough money to cover the rent of their building. But I'm going to end this out. You are being called an essential employee. Your paycheck determined that was a lie. This has been Awkward Occurrence or Awkward Entertainment, and I will see you in the next video.